Hey, what's going on, guys? Dr. Sean J. Harris, Generational Wealth Academy, out running a quick Saturday morning errand. But I want to talk to you guys. Just traveled back from the country of Panama this weekend on the aircraft. I was making some observations, which I pretty much make observations anywhere I go. But I want to talk to you about what I call back of the plane mentality. I noticed that on the aircraft, most of the people in the front of the plane, like around, let's say, rows 10, 11, 12, they would travel all the way to the back of the plane to use the restroom or the lavatory. And I want to make a note about that, because I think so many times people feel that they lessen themselves. They don't think the high regard themselves. So people are conditioned to think that I have to go to the back of the plane for the bathroom if I'm not in first class. But FAA regulation states that anyone can use any bathroom on the plane, whether you're first class or not. But so many people are just conditioned to automatically think that you have to go to the back of the plane. So what happens in life, people limit themselves with that same type of thought process or mentality. And your mentality is everything in life. So I want to take it a step further. You guys know I'm an Air Force guy, so I like to use analogies with aircraft. The most dangerous time, if there is a dangerous time in the flight of an aircraft, is during takeoff and during landing. That's when you're going to experience the most turbulence. So now, in order for an aircraft to take off, and let's just use the average 737 since that's the most common aircraft that flies daily, there's a process called inertia. Inertia is the point where a plane actually defies gravity and can take off based on having an adequate speed. So the adequate speed for takeoff for a common jetliner, let's use the 737, is 149 miles per hour. Now, see, y'all thought I was just a C student. I know my stuff when it comes to these aircraft. But you have what's called inertia. So once the aircraft hits 149 miles per hour running down the runway, it can now defy gravity based on the thrust of the engine, because the thrust of the engine is created by what's called centrifugal force. Told you I'm smart now. So once the plane takes off, it experiences what's called turbulence. That's where you start feeling the plane vibrate as it is ascending. Once it tops off and level off at 20,000 feet, it kind of levels, and then it continues to ascend without being at the angle that you normally feel when you're on takeoff. You start kind of elevating at a nose up slight ascend, and then you're ascending for about 20 minutes until you reach the 33,000 feet, which is the average cruising altitude. So once you're at the average cruising altitude, you now start experiencing far less turbulence. But if you take it 10,000 more feet, up to 40 to 43,000 feet, now there's absolutely no turbulence. Okay, so in life, again, don't just live at the average 33,000 feet. Elevate up. Let's get to the 40,000. But so many times people are right there on the cusp of their success, but then they stop. They're only going 148 miles per hour instead of the 149 needed to break inertia. Give it that extra mile per hour. Same thing with hot water. The boiling point is 212 degrees. So many times we get to 211 degrees and we got hot water, but it's not boiling yet. It's not until you get to the 212 degree mark where you hit the boiling point, and at that point, now you can start moving steamships. You can move heavy equipment. Things happen once you're at 212. So the same thing in life. Don't just get stuck right there at that 211 or that 148 mile per hour takeoff speed. Give it that extra. That's going to make all the difference in achieving your successes, your goals in life. But it takes effort, it takes work, it takes a intentional effort to get that extra degree, to get that extra mile per hour, to break inertia or to reach the boiling point. So those are some things I want to talk to you about as we're closing out this year in fourth quarter of 2022, going into 2023. You got to go into it with momentum. It's like running a race. All Olympic athlete runners will tell you that it's not to run to the finish line, but it's to run through the finish line. Okay, so in setting your goals for 2023, which I hope you already have, but if you haven't, it's not too late. Go ahead and set those goals and tweak it up to 212, tweak it up to 149 miles per hour of the effort needed, and you're going to hit those goals going into 2023. All right, guys, hopefully that made great impact and it was a value add to you to help you get to the next point, because 2023 can be your year. Don't just say Happy New Year. It has to be a new year, a new you, not just a new year. All right, guys. I'm Dr. Sean J. Harris. Make impact.